Okay, so now let us look at the principle of participation. Votiwa posits what he calls the principle of participation. Thus, the person has as his specific attributes the right to perform actions and the obligation to fulfill himself in action. Every person has as his or her specific attributes the right to perform actions and the obligation to fulfill himself in action. This obligation results from the personalistic value inherent in fulfillment. So this is what we mean by the principle of participation. This simply reaffirms his position that to be a person is to be capable of participation. To be a person is to be capable of participation. Hence, he strongly opposes any form of impersonalism and anti-personalism as offspring of individual and anti-individualism. So, impersonalism and anti-impersonalism are offsprings, are given birth to by individualism and anti-individualism or objective totalism, which we have said that these are the obstructions to self-fulfillment in action, the proper participation in action. So when this happens, it results to alienation of the person. So now we talk about alienation as negation of participation. Alienation as negation of participation. When one does not feel self-fulfilled in action with others, the person feels alienated even when the person is with others. So you can be with others without participating with others. So, and that is more and more persons are having this kind of experience. They are in their family, but they feel alienated because they don't participate. They don't feel self-fulfilled in their family. They are in marriages, but they feel alienated because they don't feel self-fulfilled in their marriage. They are in the places of work or school. They are there, but they feel alienated because they don't feel self-fulfilled. Because they don't feel that they are freely exacting their autonomy, their self-determination. They don't choose to be there for many reasons, and we have mentioned them. We said individualism or objective totalism. So these are very important points, you know. So, and thus he posits alienation as the negation of participation. He maintains alienation basically means the negation of participation, for it renders participation difficult or even impossible. When one feels alienated in a group, in any form of relationship with the other, family, marriage, friendship, work, whatever relationship, when a person feels alienated, then the person cannot participate. You know, the person has lost his or her self-determination in that relationship. So participation is difficult or even absolutely impossible when one feels alienated in any relationship. Now, this alienation devastates the I-other relationship. The I and thou, the I and other, the I-other relationship. It weakens the ability to experience another human being as another I. And inhibits the possibility of friendship and the spontaneous powers of community. Communio personarum. Communion of persons. Because when we participate with the other, there should be the experience of communio personarum. That is the communion of person. A kind of a koinonia with the person. So when one is with another, either in friendship, in marriage, in family, in place of work, in any degree of relationship, and the person does not feel, the person is not participating, the person does not feel that the person is in communion with the other, then the person feels alienated. And that is the point.